Hey guys, how you doing? It's Benner from Black Fawn Distro, and I'm back with another one of my movie reviews. And I've been away for a while. I've been doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Um, but I'm back, and there's a lot of reasons for that, which I'll probably get into on this review. But let me tell you, I've been waiting to review this film, Nosferatu, for quite a while. Saw it over the Christmas break. It's hitting 4K as well as Blu-ray very, very shortly. And I just wanted to hop on here and just do a quick review as well. But before I get there, just wanted to say thank you so much for coming back to the channel, checking it out. If you are tuning in on YouTube and checking this out on YouTube, thank you very, very much. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, give it a thumbs up, do all that fun stuff. And of course, we're cruising up to 2,000 subscribers right now, which is a pretty big accomplishment for us. Keeps the channel going, allows us to, of course, myself and Kels McNells to do a few more videos like this and provide a little bit more content, a little bit more insight into what we consider to be great films and movies worth checking out. So anyway, without further ado, before I get into this review, I gotta say I've been lax on doing these movie reviews, mostly because there is a movie theater that's close to me that actually is under renovations. They had a giant flood, and it was my go-to spot to go and watch movies. Now, uh, it's been closed for like 6 months, so I have been behind. And admittedly, Kells is kicking my ass on doing these reviews. We were going to have a little bit of a contest: how many streams and screams she could do, and how many of my Benner's movie reviews could I do. And she's just killing me. So if there is a scorecard out there right now, I think it's 25-7 or something crazy like that. I'm just getting annihilated. So, but listen, it's 2025. It's a brand new year. I'm turning over a new leaf, and there's going to be more reviews coming from myself on this channel, of course, on our YouTube channel. And they will also be able to, you'll be able to check those out on, I think it's just on YouTube. I think we're just doing these on YouTube. That's right. So see, I'm even more confused than I usually am. But listen, if you're on our YouTube channel, go and check out all the other cool content there, including our 90s Night retro reviews, our Takeover Tuesday interview series, and of course, our Hot Stove from Hell panel discussions. And we've got some great panel discussions coming up on some of the most talked about horror films from last year and this year and forever. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into Nosferatu. I really, really, really like this movie. I wasn't sure what to expect. Myself, I was kind of going into this movie like, I love Robert Eggers. I really, really like Northman. I really, really like The Witch. And I was interested to see kind of what he was going to do with this film. Now, I will say this: going into this film, I kind of felt like, do we really need another Dracula movie? Do we really need another gothic vampire movie? Now, there will be people out there that will say, absolutely. What are you talking about? Of course, we need more and more and more gothic vampire movies. You're an idiot for even suggesting otherwise. Now, I agree with that. However, I'm not the most hugest, biggest vampire fan ever. But I really do like gothic storytelling, and I love Bram Stoker's Dracula, of course, from the 90s. Now, going into this film, wasn't really sure what to expect. Of course, it's a remake of or reimagining, I guess, of the classic 1922 Nosferatu silent film, and this movie is something else. It is something about Robert Eggers, how he makes films. He crafts them in such a way where you really feel like you're part of the environment. And someone, I think, years and years and years ago, basically communicated the fact that Robert Eggers, in his scripts, he writes about how a scene sort of looks, how it sounds, how it smells, really putting you into that environment. And this movie is no exception. It's a fantastically crafted movie. The cinematography is absolutely stunning. You really feel like you are, you've experienced the story of Dracula before, but and perhaps Nosferatu as well, but you're really sort of right there with the characters. You're in these weird scenarios, you're in these weird environments, and you have a lot of there's a lot of tactile functionality of the scenes that he shoots, and kind of the order he shoots them in as well. The stuff at the castle is very, very isolated. And of course, I'm going to avoid spoilers here for anyone who hasn't seen the film yet. So I promise no spoilers, but there is a castle, and Nicholas Hoult goes to this castle, and it's just you feel the isolation and sort of like the him being cut off from the world that he's known. Bill Skarsgard, a huge shout out, and again, a huge shout out to the entire cast of this film. Bill Skarsgard, especially, he was one of my favorite actors a couple years ago, just with all the different things he was doing. I know he kind of had a misstep with the Crow remake recently, which obviously got torched by critics and fans alike. But he's back. He's back. He doesn't go anywhere. He rebounds nicely, and him as the Count in this film is he's awesome. And the fact that, like, Robert Eggers, there's lots of talk about how he put him in sort of like traditional Hungarian garb. He does feel like this sort of like omnipotent, supernatural being, but also sort of grounded in reality, where is he just a figment of someone's imagination, or is he sort of a combination of all the old wives' tales you've heard, or all the tall tales that may have been passed down from person to person? You don't quite know, but his on-screen presence is absolutely phenomenal, and just the dialect that he uses as well to speak, like how the Count speaks, you almost have to lean in. You have to lean into the screen just to kind of hear what he's saying, and you can make it out. You can definitely make out what he's saying and what he's communicating, but you have to kind of pay attention. You have to kind of lean into the screen, like I was mentioning, and sort of get that full sort of experience. It's very, very unnerving, and it's brilliantly played by Bill Skarsgard. Of course, he's I don't know if there's any villain that he can't play, and I really do feel that is his wheelhouse. I feel like the villainous bad guy, antagonist, I think that's his bread and butter. I really hope he leans into that for the rest of his career. Not that he can't try new things, but I really do feel he's so fitting in this role. Of course, big shout out to Lil-Rose Depp as well. A fantastic actress. Of course, Anya Taylor-Joy was supposed to be in this film, and she had to, I can't remember if it was a scheduling conflict or something like that, but anyway, she couldn't make it, and they got Lil-Rose Depp to sort of fill her shoes, and Depp's awesome. She's great in this film, and she does play off really, really well from Nicholas Hoult, as well as all the other actors in the film. Willem Dafoe, of course, is back in another vampire movie, and what makes this interesting as well is that if anybody remembers, he was in a film about the making of Nosferatu, which was a fictional retelling of the making of that film called Shadow of the Vampire, where he played Nosferatu in that movie, and now he's in this film as well, playing obviously the character that is loosely based on Van Helsing, kind of. And if you don't know the story about that, it's because when they made Nosferatu, the original, it was sort of a ripoff of Bram Stoker's Dracula, which was obviously the famous book that was written in the late 19th century. So they made it, they sort of adapted a different story so they wouldn't have to pay royalties to the estate and that sort of thing. So it's a bit of a workaround. It's great to know things haven't changed. I guess Hollywood's still doing that kind of stuff. So kind of interesting to see that's 100 years later. Hey, it is what it is. But this movie, fantastic. The lighting, the film quality, I believe it was shot in 35 millimeter as well, which is going to look fantastic in 4K. Can't wait to get my hands on that one. And just all of the cinematography is so striking. There's a lot of stuff on the internet that recently that basically highlights the fact that Batman Returns was a big inspiration for Robert Eggers to direct this movie, and how he was going to put the scenes together and how he's going to frame them and light them and that sort of stuff. There's definitely side-by-side comparisons that you can check out online that make it really, really cool, because I was watching the movie and I was like, man, like, I don't know, this movie reminds me of something, and lo and behold, it was Batman Returns. So, and listen, if you'd like to check out our 90s night review, we did do a 90s night on Batman Returns, and you can check it out on our YouTube channel as well. So that's it for me. Fantastic film, Nosferatu, thumbs up. Go and see this film. If you can check it out, if you can catch it in the theater, like going into Oscar season, I don't know if there's going to be any replays of this one, but try, if you can, catch it on the big screen. But if not, I highly recommend picking it up on 4K. I can't imagine this movie is going to look anything less than stunning in that format. And you can check it out on streaming as well. I'm sure it'll be up for rent and for sale on the various platforms also. So until next time, my name's Benner from Black Fawn Distro. This is another Benner's movie review. And this is, I think this is number 7 or number 8. I will try and catch Kells on the back end. Until next time, take care. Go check out Nosferatu, and we'll see you soon.